Hello, 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 paranormal fanatics. I hope you could hear me. I don't see why you couldn't. I am doing what a lot of people do. I don't normally do this because I don't like. I don't know. I just don't like doing the going down the road and doing videos. So I am just got done with work. That's why you don't see my normal fedora. You just see little old me. If I get bored or something, I might switch the camera around to where you could see something other than me mug. How's the man say? Look at my mug. um, Happy that I'm done working, that's for sure. It's been a long day. Definitely a long day. But that's okay. Because I guess, if you want to be able to afford phone time to do videos like this or equipment to go something and such, that's what you gotta do. I've been watching the Provoke Paranormal Society. I hope you're doing well. From Austin. I bet you it's doing nice and warm there. Right now where I'm at, it's a cool 22 degrees. How's that for fun weather? I was about to say that once the weather starts breaking a little more, you'll see more lives from. Well, the first place I want to go is Pithole, Pithole, Pennsylvania. It's a very historic place with all kinds of reported paranormal activity. Florida, huh? Provo, Austin, Florida. Well, when I seen Austin, I was thinking Texas. I suppose that's where most people feel that's from. I used to live in Lakeland, Florida for a bit. Being up here was weird, being in such warm weather during the winter months. You know what I mean? It was just weird. When you're used to 10, 20 degree weather and snow and all that kind of stuff, then you're in 60, 70 degree weather. It's pretty weird. Oh, okay. I remember seeing that name before. It's been forever and a day. Austin Paranormal. Okay. I hope you've been doing well. Ups and downs for me, but just life stuff. Not feeling well some days, depressed some days. Just normal life stuff. But generally, 90% good. So, is there any place that you guys want to talk about or hear about that I might know? Like, well, thank you. Yeah, I remember you, and it was great having you on the show as well. I remember that was a good show. Like I said, the sickness and such, just normal wear and tear. You know what I mean? Not a big deal, but it definitely gets better. There's no doubt about it. About the worst I was a few years ago with double pneumonia and COVID. That almost took me out. That was rough. I was at the point where I could care less if I got better for a couple days, but then I started to get better, and like things to do in life. But I plan on going to Pithole soon, probably sometime mid-March or so. there's a couple other places that you gotta pay to go into. That I'll probably do. But I'm not sure if it's going to be early in the year or if we're talking more towards summertime. I know that my kids have been wanting to do stuff with me, and of course some of my grandkids, and the places I'm thinking of will be fine for my kids because they're all above the age 20. The grandkids, I wouldn't take them to these places because they're like, one's in an insane asylum, the other is known for some pretty wicked activity. So, can't bring kids into that. That's just not good. The team's doing good. You're talking about Wasp team. We're doing good. Matter of fact, we are going to be getting together soon to discuss what direction we're going to take the group, and are we going to branch out more, accept more people, kind of see where we want to be in a few months. You know what I mean? And how's your team? How many? You got a new team going on, you said? So I've been thinking about doing some shorts where kind of like this setup where I explain different things of the paranormal world, be it tips, be it this, be it that, so if I do that, I would do a couple and see what the feedback is on it, and if it's if people are enjoying the content, then I'll keep going with it. If people just don't seem to interact with it, or just it doesn't entertain them one way or the other, I'll find other things to do. I am going to be doing bringing back some more podcasts. I've got my where I do the shows, the podcast app. I had holiday decorations in, and not set up, but boxed in boxes and things in the way, and it just wasn't a good setup for everybody to see. So I've been working on getting that cleared back out. I got a green screen, which I didn't have before, as well as some new equipment, sound equipment and such, which should help out pretty good for doing shows. So if you guys are interested, drop me a line, because I'd be happy to start getting guests together for it. That would be awesome. I'm curious as to how many teams out there are still having a hard time getting into locations. You'll hear me opening my pop. Good old Dr. Pepper. How many teams are having a hard time getting into locations still from COVID? Because here we're still people are still shy about letting those that they don't know in their homes. Now our area, we're pretty good established. We've been around for a while, so people have heard of us. We're doing well, as in in that regard. So we have better chance than some about people reaching out to us, and they're not as worried about the COVID as being a reason not to invite us into their homes to do an investigation. So that we have worked for us. But on the other side of things, people are still cautious about inviting strangers into their homes. and not in the sense of worried about property damage or anything along those lines, but they're worried that people come in their homes that they don't know will get them sick, be it COVID, new flu variants, or whatever. So I think that's really taken a heavy toll on the paranormal world, though it should be getting better. I mean, it's been a couple years, vaccines are out, people are more aware of how to handle it, so that kind of stuff should be getting better. And we've gotten some interest sent our way, but people are still cautious, so let's hope that switches around soon. I got a few places I want to reach out to start checking out. A couple places like 5 minutes from where I live that are very historic. I haven't reached out to them yet. We gotta get some things in order. But the one place that I'm interested in actually had ghost hunters come and check them out. Unfortunately, there was just not enough there to have ghost hunters investigate, but they did show up because they were having interest in it. So I'm planning on reaching out to them probably for the next 2 weeks and see if I can start getting that set up. And then there's a couple other places that are very historic, older buildings that can do us some wonders. So I am in an area that I will possibly lose cell phone service, so I apologize in advance if that happens. So how many of you guys think that flowing water like rivers and such play a role in energy of helping the paranormal come active? Do you think moving water like creeks, rivers, do you think that can help give energy to spirits to manifest? Myself personally, I believe it does. I believe that moving water generates energy which they could use like a battery to charge up and kind of help get themselves to be able to sorry, brain fart there, help them interact with us or interact with the environment they are around. So, and what makes me think that is because the Allegheny River is, I'm driving right by it. Now another question that I wonder is, how active do you think a place is if nobody's been there forever? Do you think the energy builds up and once somebody goes in, they're tapping into it and depleting some of it? Or do you think that energy is just kind of dissipates and without the interaction that it slowly dies away? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't taken the time to subscribe to this channel yet, please do so. We got a few goals that we're trying to reach, and it'd be awesome if you could help us with that. So one problem with lives and such is you always say and I think it drives me crazy because I know it's coming and I still do it, and it's right. Anyways, that's my little tangent, but that's another thing. But however, I wonder about that though. I wonder if, say, like one of our favorite spots to go to a lot, and we haven't been there probably in a year. Wow, can you believe that? Is Guernsey Hollow. However, I'm sure that people are there all the time still, but if nobody's been there in like a year, do you think that energy is stored up and the spirits that are there would want to come forward because they haven't had no interaction in that year? Or do you think that it just doesn't matter? Or do you think that over time they just go? Speaking of other things along those lines, is what do you think about Bigfoot? Do you think they're just big feet? Is that the plural for Bigfoot? Is big feet? Anyways, do you believe that they're just out there living their life out in the woods and not a big deal and happy to be left alone, especially around the where nobody's in the woods? There are very few people are in the woods. Do you think that they are happier left alone, or do you think that they crave the interaction as well? That's why every so often we get that video or whatever of them coming out of the woodwork. So leave the comments below on what you think about that kind of stuff. So, but no sense of dragging this video on any further than it needs to be. I really wanted just to reach out. It's been a while since I've done a direct video to YouTube only. I usually do YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you know, that kind of stuff, and do kind of all in one. So I wanted to do a direct to YouTube live stream today. And it's, like I said, it's been a while since I've had done this type of thing, and here we are. So without dragging this on any further, as always, paranormal fanatics, stay spooky. I gotta remember